Whatever, I'll just do this shit tomorrow, man. It's not even that much to pack. But what's up, YouTube? How's everyone doing? It's your boy Reg in the building. I got my homeboy Try with me.
What up?
Um, as you saw, I think like a week and a half ago, we did the best fourth albums. Now we're gonna do the worst fourth album in hip hop history. This one was kind of a harder list, to be real with you, because some albums I forgot if it was either fourth or fifth. Some albums I kind of had to count the major label, if it's a major label debut or if it's like an indie label. Like originally, Encore was going to be on this list, but technically that's its fifth album and stuff like that.
Right.
Technically, because I count Infinite as his first album. And
Damn
shit.
it.
You said what? You said what?
And I said, damn it.
Yeah, I know some people want to count it as a fourth album because some people want to count Infinite.
Mm-mm.
Well, technically, it didn't
Mm.
come out. Well, it did come out in
I was saying,
96.
damn it.
Oh, got you. It's like it did come out in 96 and shit. It was just local, really. So, yeah, man. So, I did my thing with this one.
Right.
And I picked out a few of these I listened to. I just did not really fucking care for. It was just crap. You know what I'm saying? So,
Mm.
let's get this over with. I feel like it's going to get a lot of discussion. But I started this, my number 10. And I put this one in the least one because generally I do not dislike this album, but
Mm-hmm.
you know it's Nostradamus. I'm just gonna be real.
Of course.
Yeah, because like I'm just gonna be real. I do like Nostradamus. I don't love it, but it's better than some of the shit between '04, '06. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And this one I put in the least because he was bootlegged. Like I said, he was bootlegged. The original I Am was bootlegged. So
Right.
he had to do separate songs just for that Christmas sale and stuff like that. And it has good songs. Like I love Project Windows to this day. My favorite track off this album.
Right.
Come Get Me was dope. One of Primo and Nas's underrated collabs I never hear people talk about. Family was good too. But my least favorite songs was like the singles, like Nostradamus, You Owe Me, um, Quiet Nigga. Oh my god, I don't like Brave Hearts. And if I want to talk about least favorite songs, I think those are it. Because like a lot of these other songs, it was either range from either good to solid, but
Right.
it's like nothing really great. If that makes sense, you know. And it's like I said, compared to some of his other albums, like Street Disciple, Hip Hop is Dead, and definitely Nasir, this is still a good album. And I feel like I feel like now people are kind of looking at it now like, yeah, you know, this wasn't as bad as a lot of things because it still went. I think it still like did its numbers. It debuted at number 7. I
Wow.
think it still peaked at number 1 if I'm not
Mm.
mistaken. No wait, it peaked at number 2 on the R&B hip hop albums chart. So
Right.
it still did its thing though. But I like sometimes charts don't always matter. But hey, okay.
Wow. Well, I didn't like it though.
Shit,
It's
that's my number 10.
and okay. Number 10. Number 10. Number 10. I have Little Kim, Naked Truth. This was trash.
Then that's on my list too.
It's terrible fucking album. This is terrible, and this shit was bad. It was bad all around. And can you see the album cover? Is it showing?
Uh, now I can hold on. Yeah,
This shit is terrible. This is bad. I didn't like Lighters Up and none of these other songs. And she had like Scott Storch was on there. I think wasn't she dating Scott Storch at this time or no? I think she was at one point she was dating him, and
yeah, I
you
think she
know
was.
that he's on here unfortunately, and Fred Wreck and just trash. Snoop Dogg was on this album and Bun B, Twister, Mano. God, I don't like him at all.
Oh my god.
This was just straight back. And the source had the nerve to give this. That's when I knew the source was done. When they gave this album 5 mics, I'm like, yeah, the source is officially done because they
Even to
bugging.
this day, it's not a 5 mic album.
Right? No, not at all. Her best one is still her first one. Not
Yeah.
Notorious K.I.M., not La Bella Mafia, not this shit. It is hardcore. It's our best album ever. And this fourth album was trash. No, did not like it. This could have been number one, but there's was worse albums than this, surprisingly. So yeah.
Yeah, man, because the one she came out with, I think like a couple years ago, that
Mm,
was bad.
mm.
Oh my
Didn't
god, I
hear
forgot the name of that one.
it.
That's how bad. That's how forgettable it was.
I didn't even hear it.
Shit. All right, my next one is Wu Tang's Iron Flag. Yeah. Now, this was a transitional album for them because at this time, Loud Records was shutting down, and not a lot of people cared for the W at that time, which is crazy and shit like that. I mean, they cared for it, but it wasn't. They pretty much was just like it was solid and shit like that, you know.
Mm,
And so it was just like around this time too, ODB was doing it was someone's been in prison and shit like that too, you know what I'm saying? They got into it with Capadonna because Capadonna's manager was like part of the FBI or some shit like
wow.
that.
I didn't even know
Yeah,
that.
yeah. And then just even beginning with the W, you had like an abundance of like non-Wu members. Like Flavor Flav was on a track called Soul Power.
Right.
You know, you had, I mean, the production was still Wu Tang. I mean, minus the track masters and stuff like that, but it
Mm,
just did not really feel. I feel like they just did this just because Loud Records was scrapping,
right.
just so they can at least have one good album and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because honestly, the W was like their most underrated album.
I have it. I thought it was decent. It wasn't. It's not great though.
Yeah, it's good, but not great.
Mm, yeah.
But it did have like it had joints like Conditioner. I can't go to sleep.
Mm,
I mean, shit like that. This Iron Flag, I think, to me, the most memorable song, and I hate to say it was that fucking Pinky Ring, which I
mm.
fucking I hate. I hate that fucking song. It did not even feel like a
I, the
Wu song.
the W is a classic compared to this one.
Oh my god. Enemy, oh Jesus Christ. I hate even the chorus. Oh my god, I hate that fucking chorus. But that's like a fan favorite when it comes to the Wu heads. I'm just like, really?
Pinky Ring, really?
Yeah, it's fan favorite.
My favorite joint on here is Y'all Been Warned. I think Meth killed that joint. I love that song.
I gotta re-listen to that one.
That joint, they have a video. They actually released that video like a couple years ago after all these years.
Oh wow.
But it wasn't a great album. Like the joint that they had the Trackmasters produce and Von Isley was on the album. I'm like, whoa, Trackmasters and Wu Tang, why are they on here?
Mhm.
You know, they were like, it just seemed very very like off. Like somebody else was calling the shots with this album, but
Right.
you know, I mean, so all these shits I ain't got it all. Thank God I ain't got them because it's like, yo, I don't know, like this shit, this Onyx shit, yo,
Oh, I
that shit.
forgot about that album. Damn.
So put it up on the screen.
I am. Anytime you
Back
share,
the
I'm gonna
fuck
put
up.
up.
Back the fuck up part two. Oh my god. I remember hearing this. They were playing a joint for on the radio when this shit came out. This shit is terrible. I'm like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Like Slam harder. Like really? That was like a sequel to Slam. That was bad.
Shout was the true sequel. Sorry.
You like Shout?
Shout from All We Got Is Us. That's the
Oh
true
yeah,
sequel.
yeah, yes. Um, Onyx is back, and a lot of these joints were forgettable, and they had ironically Scott Storch again was on this album. Havoc was on this album. Dr. Period, like he did most of it, but no, I didn't like this shit at all. This didn't seem like an Onyx album to me. It was just off. The chemistry was off, and it's like to me like they first three were they classics. After that, they fell off. Even like now, like they're doing albums now with like the Snow Goons and all that, but there's nothing classic. It's like they're just like they're still around, like say they're still relevant, but they're not dropping classic music anymore like they used to. But yeah, this is bad. I don't even like the album cover. That red background and shit. I'm like, nah, I'm not feeling. They try to recreate the first album cover. I'm like, nah,
Yeah.
this is not it, yo. This is not it.
Yeah, definitely not one of my favorites either.
Mm-mm.
Okay, honestly, I put this next one on the list as this filler too. I don't know how y'all feel about this album, but yeah, this was no good for me.
Mm.
MC Hammer's Too Legit to Quit album.
Oh Lord, bad.
Oh my god.
Complete sellout.
This was a perfect example of someone oversaturized. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
the Too Legit to Quit song, I can still jam to that once in the blue moon. Adam's Groove, it's alright.
The
I mean,
Adams Family.
that's actually his biggest song too, the Adam's Groove.
Really? The
Yeah,
Adams
his
Family.
most successful song.
Wow. Oh, over Can't Touch This.
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, this was his highest charting single from what I looked up. That's crazy.
Holy shit. All because of that movie.
Yeah, man.
Wow.
And then um this was just so fucking. I mean, Hammer was always a commercial rap. Well, yeah, fuck it. He was always commercial
Mm.
and stuff like that. The difference between Let's Get It Started and Please Hammer Don't Hurt Him was like Let's Get It Started still had like that harder edge West Coast dancey kind of
Right.
feel to it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Now, Please Hammer Don't Hurt Him. Like he just blew up with that. You can't touch this. Have you seen her? Pray. Like it was just blew up. But then with this album, it's like he felt like he was just trying to do the same thing with Please Hammer Don't Hurt Him.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like you can tell, you can just tell the money, like the money was just like live, like it was just so overproduced.
Right.
Because Felton Pilot, for All My Soul Heads, you know, he was part of Confunction. He produced this album.
Wow.
Yeah.
How did that
Yes.
happen?
Cause I think that no, because they were both from Oakland. I think they were from Oakland.
Oh,
So yeah,
that's what it was.
oh that Oakland connection. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
But yeah, this was not really to me. Hammer. I've never really been the biggest Hammer fan, but I have respect for
Mm.
what he did to the game and shit like that. But this is a no for me. I'd
If
rather listen to Funky Headhunter than this.
I ever had to keep one Hammer album, it would be Please Tell Me Don't Hurt Him.
Right.
And I had Too Legit to Quit, and I threw that shit away. I was bad from the
I
first
mean,
listen. From the first listen, I was like, "Yo, this was a no, this was a no go for me." I was like, "No, I can't keep this shit."
yeah,
That
because
was oversaturation. That was like the epitome of commercial rap at that time.
because what was I about to say? What was I about to say? The only Hammer albums I have
Mm,
are Please Hammer Don't Hurt Him, Funky Headhunter, and Let's Get It Started. And I'm good with that.
right.
I'm good.
Yo.
And mind you, Please Hammer Don't Hurt Him. I got that shit for free.
Oh wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
That would have to be for free for me to even for me to even get. That's crazy. Yep. Oh man, this shit here, this shit. I didn't like this album. My album, man. This we at number 8, The Alcoholics. Did not like this album. I like this. I like the single they came out with, "The Best You Can" by the Neptunes, but it didn't feel the same. Like there was something missing compared to like the first two albums. The first two albums are their best. Liquidation, I didn't really care for some of those songs on that one, but this one I didn't like none of the joints on here. You know, like the production was off. They didn't feel like a group at that point. They just felt like, like they just was doing it just to do it, like just for a paycheck.
Right.
And they had Rockwaller produce some joints. They had DJ Scratch produce some joints. East Swift did the bulk of their production, but the production for me was like the main thing that it wasn't hitting for me. You know, I'm like, nah, man, this is not it, man. Right here,
Horrible, disrespectful tribute to
Yeah,
Jimi Hendrix and shit.
yes, and the album cover too, like that Jimi Hendrix tribute. Like, come on, man. Yo,
Okay.
not Jimi Hendrix. No, no, this was no go for me.
Yeah. And like I said, I would prefer the Alcoholics over the Beatnuts, but
Yeah,
even the Alcoholics, the earlier shit, I'm more of a big fan of.
right.
I never really listened too much to the latter shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
Mm. All right, my number 7 is "The Naked Truth" by Lil Kim. I
Oh
mean,
Lord.
you already showed the picture and stuff like that. So,
Mm-hmm.
mind you, Light Us Up. I mean, I like that song, but I'm not gonna lie, I got kind of tired of it after a while.
Hmm.
Especially when I keep on expecting the albums to be getting more better and shit like that. But yeah, man, I don't even know what the fuck she was doing with this album. It's like this album just screams 2005 and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I mean, Chronic with Snoop Dogg. Come on now.
yeah, that was
Get
bad.
Yours, Shut Up, Bitch. I mean, I never really cared for this one and shit. Like I don't know which one I like worse. Notorious Capital, but this one.
Well, at least the Toys Care had some like two or three joints I liked, but that
You like
album was, yeah, like was it what was it, the Queen Bitch tour or whatever,
that was okay.
and Suck My Dick joint, and that's about it really.
Oh, and even the court scene with Redman was
Right, the core, yeah, that was joint. Was it
that was
no
okay.
Drummer Boy or something like that?
Yeah,
That one was good.
mostly for Redman.
Yeah, you know, but everything else like no, no. This is bad. Um, we got number seven. Number seven for me. Oh God, it just keep getting worse and worse. So I'm disgusted right now. Beanie Siegel. Oh my God,
That's on
the
my
sol-
list. Hold up,
the
I think that's the
solution
next.
is
But
bad.
that's literally my next one too. Oh my god, fuck
The
it.
solution is bad. It should have been called the problem because there was problems with this album. You
Mhm.
know, the production. Cool and Dre. He's never worked with Cool and Dre. Why are they on this album? They were doing shit for Fat Joe at this time, and this is back when Fat Joe thought he was like straight out of Miami, and
Right.
that was bad. And he had Rockwall on here. He had Dre and Vidal. I didn't like the production at all on this shit. And you had big names on here. You had R. Kelly. You had Ghostface. You had Styles P. PD Crack was on here. Raheem Devon, Scarface, and Jay Z, and they all of them could not save this album. That's how bad it was. The production was off. I don't even remember the first single. I was thinking,
The R. Kelly joint.
oh, I don't even remember that joint. But he did a song. He did a song that the Neptunes produced. That wasn't on this album.
Honestly, this album is so forgettable. I don't know
Yo,
who
this
what.
shit is bad. I heard this shit once. I was like, oh no, this is bad. This was like the end of Beanie Siegel. He can't come back from this. Like Becoming was his last great album, and that was a classic. But this shit was bad. Nah, this is like the end of that whole um uh can't even call it like a trilogy because it's like the trilogy, yeah, because he had the truth, he had the what was the second one again?
The
The
reason.
Reason, and then The Becoming. That's like the best three albums. After this, he fucked up with this one. So this was like the end of that whole naming the album with era for him. It was
Yeah.
just bad. It should have been called The Problem. You know what I mean? Yeah, this is shit. Thank God I
Yeah,
don't
man.
have it.
Yeah, man. This is. Oh, I'm gonna pull that
Oh,
down.
my bad.
No,
You
you
want me to
good.
put it up again?
They already saw as fuck. I'm just gonna piggyback what
Okay.
you said, but yeah, my next album is the Solution, which I never really cared for, to be really real.
Mhm.
Um, 'cause, it's crazy because that same year he dropped one of his best verses on Ignorant Shit with Jay-Z,
Right.
and it's just like, damn, this album is just trash. And at that time, his voice was fucking up at that time too.
Hmm.
Oh my god! But this was not one of my favorites from Beanie Siegel. I just stick to the first three.
Jesus Christ, man, this boy, a lot of these artists, if they ain't dropped, if they first and second albums were not great, they would have been forgettable a long time ago.
Right.
You know what I mean? Holy shit! It just keeps getting worse and worse.
I know.
Yo, holy man. We actually, this is an album we actually talked about couple months ago, and this album was bad, and I wasn't a big fan of this group to begin with, but after hearing their fourth album, I was like, holy shit. Ultramagnetic MC is the best kept secret. There
Oh,
is nothing on this album that I like. I remember when we reviewed that album, the production is outdated as fuck.
We didn't even
It
finish
just
that
sounds
review.
like it just sounds like 2000. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
The fucking the songs are bad. There's nothing. The album cover is bad. Nothing about this album was bad. And nothing about this album was good. Everything about this album was straight trash. It's not something I would have in my collection. I don't know how Ultra Mag fans feel about it, but I this was terrible. You have this on your list too?
No, sometimes I try to forget that this album ever happened on some real shit.
Yeah, this album was bad. Straight
Shit.
trash.
All right. Oh damn, I forgot to show it. My fault.
It's all good. It
Oh,
was
okay.
bad. They don't even need to look at the album cover. It was just bad.
Shoot. All right. My next one is DOS Effects and Generation Effects.
Oh God.
We've been talking a lot about DOS Effects lately.
Unfortunately.
What the fuck is going on with this album cover? Is that
I
rats?
have no idea.
Why?
I don't
Even the
know what
album
the
cover
fuck.
just pissed me off. Like,
It's rats, and they might as well have put in some turtles there because
mm,
holy
yeah,
shit.
man. DOS Effects' first three albums to me was dope as fuck.
Yes,
I
that's
think
the
my
best
favorite
shit.
had got to be straight out of the Swiss Side. That second
Hmm.
album.
Hmm.
But after it's like after this album, I mean after the Hold It Down album, it's like EPMD got back together and shit like that.
Hmm.
So you would probably think you would have to hear some Eric Sermon kind of beats but I don't know, man. It's just like it just seems empty. Like No Doubt with MOP and Teflon. I mean that was alright, but then
Right.
yeah, songs like Rap Scholar with Redman, What Goes Around with Miss Jones. I didn't really care for too much. It's like a lot of songs I didn't really care for. It just felt empty, just unfinished and shit. It's like those last two DOS Effects albums were just trash.
Rats. Then I like it. That's also on my list.
Oh wow.
Oh man.
I can't wait for that unsung episode.
Mm. We had number five. Oh Lord. Three out of the five was really bad, bad. Number five is Memphis Bleak, 534, and I have this album and I
I
don't
never
like it.
heard that.
You never heard this album? This is the
I
one
just
with
heard
Dear
Dear
Summer on
Summer.
it. Yes, that is the best song on here. Dear Summer, and the song Like That. That's the one that Swiss Beats produced, the first single. That's it. All these other songs. You have a joint with MOP, First, Last, and Only. Then I Like That. He has a joint with Rihanna on here. I don't know how the hell Rihanna got on this album, but she probably don't even remember doing shit with him. That
Hmm.
was bad. None of these other songs are I think it got publicity because of the Jay-Z song, Dear Summer, and that's the power of Jay-Z. But this album is not a good album. I still feel like his first two are his best. You know what I'm saying? And that's it. And not a good album.
Yeah, not
That's
a
my
good
number
album.
five.
Indeed.
I think the ninth one that we had produced on there also.
You said what?
I think ninth one that had produced on there also.
Yeah, that was that early '90s Wonder and shit.
Yeah,
Yep.
yep.
Okay, how many albums we got left? Four more
Five.
albums left. Okay.
Yeah.
So this one came out in 2003. It's Keith Murray.
Oh God, that was bad.
Another one of the great hip hop fall offs and shit. Jesus.
Hmm.
She looked like a 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 movies.
Mm-mm-mm. Trash.
I used to like that song. Then I heard the lyrics. I'm just like, what the fuck?
Oh Lord.
And mind you, there's motherfuckers that love this album.
Wow.
I
Why?
don't, because it was on. It
Why?
was his only album on Def Jam.
Wow.
Because mind you, he almost signed a Def Jam. I think a while back. I think maybe the It's a Beautiful Thing, if I'm not mistaken. But I don't know what happened
Right.
with that.
Mm. Yeah, that
Because
one was dope. They didn't promote it though.
they didn't.
They didn't promote that.
And he went to jail too, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Because yeah, this album was just not. It was at that commercialized bullshit.
Yeah.
I know that song Candy Bar, that was like a popular song at that time and shit.
Look at what he's wearing. Like he has like a bootleg baseball hat on and jacket. Like, come on.
Uh,
What is
I don't
this?
even like this album cover
This
too.
don't even look like an official album cover. Like
Like
Def
a
Jam,
mixtape. It looks like a mixtape
right?
cover.
Def Jam was being that broke at the time.
Mm.
Oh
No
my
wonder why they
god!
needed Jay Z as a president.
Wow.
But yeah, I forgot like that. Them early 2000s Def Jam.
Yeah.
Mine is Rockefeller, Murder Inc.,
Mm-hmm.
Rough Riders.
DMX.
Yeah, it was just a lot of
Yeah.
early that was not marketed well and shit like that. And
No.
then he even got mad at Def Jam. I think he threw a chair or some shit.
I didn't even hear about that.
Yeah, he threw a chair at almost a chair at an employee because he got mad about something.
Wow. I would get mad at the damn album cover. It's trash.
Uh, mm.
The album's trash. It's shit. The album cover shit. When you see a shitty album cover like this, that's when you know the album is bad.
Oh yeah, yeah. This is a no for me, dog.
Mm. Oh man, number 4. Now, what list would be complete without my boy Nas? You know this album is gonna be on here. Unfortunately, I bought it because the vinyl looks so beautiful compared to how the album sounds, and there's like maybe three songs I like on here. I love Shoot 'Em Up, and I actually love the title track with Nostradamus. I actually like that song,
Mm.
and I like Come Get Me, the Primo joint. But everything
Right.
else, boy, that leak double album really fucked this shit up because if that album had came out, that would have been a classic double album for me. We probably wouldn't have gotten Street Disciple, but when that shit leaked and we got some of these songs on here that shouldn't have been on here, you know what I mean? And I was like, no, this is not it. Like, and I dig the whole story with him supposedly like coming back from the dead in the storyline and shit as he coming back as Nostradamus, but oh man, this I don't like it. This
Mm.
is not a good. Nobody with a straight face that's a true Nas fan can say this was a great album. It is not a great album. It has never been a great album. It will never be a great album. Even when Nas dropped dead, it will still be a shitty album. You know what I'm saying? Let's stop kidding ourselves. Like he's had some bad albums after that, but this is one of them though. As far as his '90s shit, this is the worst shit in the '90s for him. So I don't want nobody saying, "Oh, you're being harsh on it." No, this is not a great album. People got to be real with themselves. There might be some good songs on here that you like, but it's not a classic album. It's not even. I wouldn't even give this a 4.5. It's not solid like that because there's a lot of filler on here. You know what I'm saying?
3.5 the highest.
If anything, you know what I'm saying. But I think you're being generous even with that. But it is not a great album. You know what I'm saying? It's not a great. But if I had to choose between this or Hip Hop is Dead, I'm definitely picking this. I don't think Hip Hop is Dead was good at all.
Yeah, me.
It might be like only 3 songs on there that I like, and I don't like that album at all. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of his latter 2000 shit, I don't care for. But this was okay, but it's not a classic album. It will never be a classic album. In 20 years, it will never be a classic album. If I'm alive in 20 years, I will make sure that people know it is not a classic album. Just to prove them wrong, that I dare you all to tell me any of these tracks on here is fucking with Illmatic or it was written on I Am. It's not. Those first 3 albums are still better than this shit. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, he definitely had to make the list.
Mm. Damn, man. Okay. All right. This might be a surprise, but I'm gonna go with Corrupt Against the Grain.
I have that too. I didn't add it to the list though.
Mm. I just personally did not because this is like around the Death Row records. Well,
Hmm.
excuse me, the Row,
Yeah.
and it was just like it was actually a new Death Row album that's not a Tupac posthumous album, so that's surprising.
Wow.
But
Right.
it was still a bad album in my opinion. The production was weak. I mean, of course, he
Hmm.
had a posthumous Tupac verse on My Homeboys and stuff like that. I mean, you had Sir Jinx on the album for God's sakes. I mean, come on now.
Jesus
I mean, this whole
Christ.
album's not that good. He should have never went back to Death Row, but he had some shit, and then she had to repay Suge. So that's all I'm going to say right there.
Right. I actually do have that album, but I only played it once. But it's not classic. Like his classic is Streets is a Mother. You
Yeah, let
know.
me show y'all what the album looks like. Hold on. Yep, this is the album.
Yep. I got that of a part of a haul though. I ain't buy it. That shit was just in there. I'm like, oh, okay, a corrupt album. Okay. I ain't had to buy. I ain't had to buy it. You know. Word. All right, where we at? We at number 4, number 3.
Yeah.
All right, number 3. I got. Oh boy, god damn, it just keep getting worse and worse. Number 3 for me is everybody's favorite fucking rapper and shit. People love this dude.
You saw what?
Everybody's favorite rapper.
Blacked out?
Your
Jadakiss?
boy your boy Jada, Mr. Top 5 Dead or Alive. Not with
Oh
this album. Top 5 Dead or Alive. If he had came out with this album as number 1, you would have been forgettable. You would have been number 100.
God.
This album sucked. This album was garbage. You know what I'm saying? Like
That was
I
not a
tell
good album.
people, his albums do not match his lyricism. His lyricism is the best. His albums ain't. People need to be real with themselves. His albums are not good. This album is garbaggio. And he had a whole bunch of people on here. Styles P's on here, Wiz Khalifa, Nipsey Hussle. Poor Nipsey Hussle, rest in peace. Had to be a part of this shitty album. Swizz Beats, Lil Wayne, Jeezy. Oh God, Young Buck, Nas was on here. A shitty album. Holy shit! You had like 18 joints, and then if you buy the Best Buy joint, is 19 extra tracks of crap. None of these joints was good. The Jason song, that's the only song I like from that. Cause that was like his peak is like him getting into like the whole Jason Voorhees character before he did that album with Fabulous. But this album was shit. His best album is still Kiss the Game Goodbye. It is not nothing else. It is definitely not this album. It is not Ignatius. It is not Kiss of Death. It is definitely Kiss the Game Goodbye. It's his best shit. This album is something. This could have been number 1, but there's a shittier album that's worse than this that I don't like. Imagine that. Oh man, straight crap. Straight crap.
I cannot wait to see that number
Yeah,
one.
yeah. It gets worse.
Okay. My next one is Tyler Quali's Gutter Rainbows.
Oh God, I heard that shit once. I don't even remember it.
Same. Shit. This is around when he was trying to be a trap artist and shit.
Oh God, what? That's why I don't remember it.
No. Wait a minute.
Which one was that?
That was on the Prison of Conscious.
Oh, that shit was bad too.
Oh, yeah, it was not a good time for him.
Yeah, it wasn't.
But yeah, Gutter Rainbows. I never liked this album.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me pull up the album cover. I never liked this album and shit like that. I felt like this album was overly produced. I feel like Talib kind of sounded bored with some of these songs.
Yeah.
It was just not really one of my favorites, really even not.
Trash. Mm-mm. Number 2 for me, you already had it up, was Generation Effects. That was trash. The only song I liked on there was the was it Rap Scholars with Redman. That's the only good joint on there. The production sucked. It wasn't good. And they had people on here. They had Miss Jones was on this joint. EPMD was on this joint. MOP and Teflon eight off. Man, this was a shitty album, man. They dropped the ball with this. Again, like they first 3 were great. After that, they went to crap.
Definitely.
And that's my number 2.
Yeah, my number 1 is Fat Joe's Jealous One Still Envy.
Oh God.
I put it as my number 1 because this was really the beginning of just the downhill of Joe. Like, oh my god, oh my god. I don't even know where to begin with this one. I mean, I don't even know which one is his worst album. That's the thing.
I think the stuff definitely in the 2000s was trash.
Oh yeah. Well, Loyalty was okay.
Yeah,
Loyalty,
Loyalty was dope. I like
it
Loyalty.
was okay. I like Loyalty, but would I put Loyalty with the first three? No. This one, even the album covers looks half-assed and shit.
This one I actually like, but the one after that, the what is it? The Jealous One Still Envy Part 2. That shit was garbage.
Oh, heavy garbage.
That I was like, holy shit. that was the beginning. I think that's what I knew. It was like when I heard that one, I'm like, yo, Fat Joe lost it, bro. He's really trying to go commercial now.
For real.
Yeah.
Never liked this album. Cool and Drake can go fuck themselves.
Oh my god. Oh my god. When I said can it get any worse, I really meant it. And this album went multi-platinum, but and it has a couple of big hits on here, but the album itself was holy crap. It was so bad. Your boy Aubrey Drake Graham did not like this shit. The
Which one?
views the views album
Oh god.
did not like this shit. It is straight crap. Straight crapola.
Mhm.
The album cover is crap. You know, with him sitting on the Space Needle in Toronto. Straight trash. You can barely see him on that damn album cover. You know, the production. It wasn't even the production. Like a lot of the songs, I just did not like. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a couple of joints that was okay. Feel No Ways I actually liked. I think Kanye West actually produced that, and Kanye West did work with him in the past before he had beef with him. Western Road Flows was okay. With You I actually liked with Party Next Door, Controller, One Dance, Hotline Bling. Hotline Bling got overplayed though, but everything else on here was straight garbaggio.
Mm.
Straight garbaggio. 20 songs of crap. You know what I'm saying? They're like, no, this was to me, this is his worst album out of any other album. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I didn't really care for the recent one. What's the name of that shit?
Oh damn.
Certified Lover Boy.
Yeah, Certified Lover Boy.
It was like he was just doing the same old shit again. But this is his worst one compared to any other. Like he got bangers though. Take Care was a great album. So Far Gone, I love that mixtape. Nothing Was the Same. Thank Me Later, but no, he ain't fuck this album. He ain't fucking with none of them other joints. I don't know how it's just Drake fans say this was like a great album. This shit was crap,
It was trash.
and he had big hits off it, but it was the album itself was garbaggio, not
Mm.
good. Even the album cover sucked.
I agree.
Yeah, that's my number one.
But yeah, man, those are the worst sports albums and shit like that. Um, that was a fun and good list.
Yes,
A lot of
definitely.
bad albums though, but hey, fuck it.
Mm, holy shit.
Mm.
These are albums to stay away from. That like don't get ever.
I agree.
You know what I mean? So I got like three of them that was on the list, but everything else is like, nah, I don't want them shits at all.
Hold on, let me see how much I got. I honestly only got one, Nostradamus.
Not Nostradamus, the Factory 4, the Corrupt album, and Iron Flag. It's actually four of them I got, but the rest of them now, I don't ever plan on getting views or none of them other Generation Effects, none of them other joints. Terrible.
Mm. I feel you. Appreciate this, bro, as
Yeah,
usual.
no doubt.
Um, I'm definitely gonna end this. I probably might drop this sometime this weekend and shit like that. I'm
All
about to
right.
do a little bit more packing before I go to bed.
Oh,
But thank y'all so much for watching. And we're gonna save the R&B 80 to 83 till Sunday night. Hopefully, this Wi-Fi will be connected and stuff like that.
we doing
But
the R&B albums are from 80 to 83,
yeah, the pre-thriller era
so like the best 10 or something.
5.
Oh, best five. Okay.
Yeah, but
All
yeah.
right.
Hope y'all have a good night and shit. Appreciate this, bro.
All right.
Peace.
Peace.